They say that when heaven warns, it does not whisper. It speaks through fire, wind, and sometimes through silence. It was an ordinary Sunday morning in a quiet European village. Families filled the pews, candles flickered, the choir hummed softly. But as the priest lifted the chalice toward heaven, something changed. The golden crucifix above the altar began to darken. Slowly, silently. At first, people thought it was smoke, but the air was clear. Then, before their eyes, the figure of Christ turned black, from crown to feet. A woman screamed. A man fell to his knees, and the priest whispered with trembling lips, "The sign has come." Within days, thunder broke the sky. The crops withered, and famine swept the land. And history would remember it as the Black Cross Omen. But what was it really? A coincidence, or a divine message for the final generation? Chapter 1. The sign that terrified a village. In 1842, the small village of Brissac in France witnessed a phenomenon that defied explanation. A local church, built in the 13th century, had long been a place of refuge and prayer. That morning, witnesses claimed to see a shadow fall from heaven, though the sky was cloudless. Then, in front of everyone, the crucifix began to lose its color. The transformation wasn't instant. It began at the heart, the Sacred Heart on Christ's chest, and spread outward like ink through water. Within minutes, the entire figure was blackened. After Mass, the priest refused to leave the altar. He prayed without food or rest for 3 days. Then lightning struck the nearby field, and every stalk of wheat burned to ash. The famine that followed was documented by both church and state records. To some, it was a curse. To others, it was a warning, a message that sin had grown too heavy for heaven to bear in silence. Chapter 2. The prophetic meaning of the Black Cross. What does a blackened cross truly mean? To the eye, it's simple, wood darkened by smoke or age. But to the soul, it's something far more profound. In Catholic mysticism, the cross is more than a symbol. It's a living sign. When it changes, heaven is speaking. And when it darkens, that voice is no longer gentle, it's urgent. Saint Hildegard of Bingen, one of the most powerful visionaries in church history, wrote, "When the cross grows dark, the faith of men shall wither, and the world shall prepare for purification." A dark cross doesn't mean God has abandoned the world. It means the world has turned its back on Him. The blackness represents sin, spiritual blindness, and the silence of conscience. It's not the cross that loses light. It's humanity that loses the ability to see it. And that blindness is the first sign, before purification begins. Chapter 3. Historical sightings and church testimonies. The story of the Black Cross isn't unique to one place. It echoes through centuries. In 1750, in a monastery near Spain, a similar event occurred. During Good Friday liturgy, monks saw the silver crucifix above their altar turn the color of ash. One monk recorded in his diary, "It was as though heaven itself had gone into mourning." That same year, a massive earthquake struck Lisbon, killing tens of thousands, and afterward, the crucifix regained its brightness. In 1846, near La Salette, France, 2 shepherd children saw a vision of the Virgin Mary. She warned, "The church will be eclipsed and the cross will no longer shine." Weeks later, dark stains began to appear on several church crucifixes across Europe, and the prophecy spread like wildfire. St. John Vianney spoke of a crucifix in his parish that wept black tears before a great storm, and Blessed Anna Maria Taigi, a mystic in Rome, saw visions of a darkened cross above the city before times of war and plague. Every generation that saw this sign soon faced purification. It was not superstition, it was spiritual weather. Heaven's way of saying, prepare. Chapter 4. The Modern Parallels. Today, few crucifixes darken physically, but look closely, the darkness has taken another form. Our world is losing its light. Faith, once alive in every home, has dimmed into a faint flicker. Families no longer pray together. Confessionals are empty. And even within the church, division runs deep. The cross has not changed, we have. When sin becomes normal, the cross appears black because the eyes that look upon it no longer see the light. Modern mystics warn that this spiritual darkening is the new omen, not a wooden crucifix turning black, but the hearts of believers growing cold. Theologians describe this as the eclipse of faith, a period where the truth is still there, but hidden behind the clouds of confusion, pride, and worldliness. And yet, even in this darkness, God is not silent. He waits, patiently, until a spark of repentance rekindles the flame. Chapter 5. The final prophecy, when the cross shines again. According to mystic Marie-Julie Jahenny, the black cross is only the first sign. After the darkness, light will return. She wrote, "Greater than, after the darkened cross, a great sign will appear in the sky, and all will see the cross of the Son of Man blazing in light." This mirrors Matthew 24:30. "Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn." What if the final light in the sky is the same cross that once turned black? Many saints believe this celestial cross will appear at the end of the great purification, not as a symbol of wrath, but as a sign of mercy, a reminder that even in judgment, God's purpose is love, to cleanse, to restore, to renew. And for those who kept their faith through the darkness, that shining cross will not be a warning, it will be a welcome. Chapter 6. What the black cross means for you. Every person carries their own cross, their struggles, regrets, and pain. And sometimes that cross feels dark too. If your faith has grown cold, if prayer feels empty, if you can't see the light anymore, that is your black cross moment. But darkness does not mean absence. It means transformation. The same way the crucifix darkened before miracles, your trials may be the beginning of a deeper light within you. The message of the black cross is not despair, it's awakening, a call to return to confession, to the Eucharist, to prayer. Because no matter how black the cross becomes, the dawn of resurrection always follows. Your breath is still a message from heaven. If you're still breathing, it means heaven still has a purpose for you. The cross may darken, the world may tremble, but the light of faith still burns within you. Comment below, do you believe the cross will shine again? Like this video to spread the message of faith in a dark world. Subscribe and tap the bell icon, because next we'll uncover the 3 days of darkness, fact or prophecy. You are watching the signs unfold, but remember, even in the shadows, the cross still stands, and its light will return.